everyone, it's Pamela. How are you doing today? Welcome back, and thank you so much for watching all of my videos. Please like this video if you like it, and remember to subscribe. So today we are going to be talking about Mercury in Gemini. What does it mean when someone has their Mercury in Gemini? And so in order to have anyone that has their Mercury in Gemini must have Sun in Taurus, Cancer, or Gemini because of how close the two planets are. So keep that in mind. Someone with their Sun in Taurus and Mercury in Gemini it's going to give Taurus a little bit more flexibility. So instead of being so stuck in one way, it's really going to help them look at different options. Someone with Cancer, it's really going to help them to express their emotions or express things that maybe their emotions might normally prevent them from expressing, let's say. And obviously a Gemini with Mercury in Gemini is just so packed with that Gemini energy that to other people, it's just like people cannot keep up with them at all in that sense. And so the reason why I say that is because Gemini and Mercury in Gemini, the way that you think, the way that an individual thinks, this is absolutely brilliant. This is a brilliant placement. These are brilliant people. And Mercury being here, because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, it's dignified in this position. Not to mention, Nikola Tesla had his Mercury in Gemini. And he was a major player in the development of the second industrial revolution. He also was one of the first forefounders of the X-ray machine and AC electricity, which AC means two currents versus one. And it's interesting, Gemini, the twins, two, of course. With that being said, he also was a major player in wireless technology. And since Gemini really is about freedom, doesn't that make so much sense? And how cool is that? So of course, and not only that, Nikola Tesla was not only known for being brilliant, he also was great at speaking, which is not always the case with some people that think brilliantly. So he was a brilliant inventor. Anyone with their Mercury in Gemini is usually an amazing inventor or teacher or creator. And if not those things, in whatever they do, they're always ahead of the curve. They're always 20 steps ahead of other people. These people have a great sense of humor, although a lot of people might not understand their sense of humor. Sometimes it might be what others would consider like a sick sense of humor or, a more inappropriate sense of humor. And it's not that they're inappropriate, they just want to be different. So that's what I mean by that. I don't mean like a Scorpio inappropriate. I mean just more so being different. They don't want to tell the joke that everyone else is told. And so the other thing to note about this placement is that these people love to play games. They love trickery. And they can be quite detached thinkers in a lot of cases, especially with the double Gemini here, like with Sun in Gemini. And they care more about getting something or getting to the point than getting caught up in the other details. Because why would you need to? I mean, they're so brilliant in their thinking that they're usually already there, and they get so frustrated with how slowly other people think or move. Of course, a Taurus sun would have more appreciation for that versus, like I said, the person that has Gemini sun and the Mercury in Gemini. So you must appreciate the fact that these people move so quickly. They don't think that it's a good idea to get emotionally invested in things. They think it's a better idea to think themselves out of problems. In fact, there's no problem that someone with their Mercury in Gemini can't think themselves out of. And they really need to step into their brilliance. They really, really do. These people are also undercover intuitives. They just don't feel the need to tell everybody, I'm intuitive. They don't call it that. They think that that's just the way that they think. But really, they have this ability to tap into the future, get ideas from the future, and bring them into the now, and they really don't realize it. So the reason why they feel like, why don't people think the way that I do, if they even have time to stop and think that, it's really because they're tapped into the future and the past both at the same time in the way that they think. How can I meld the future and the past into this thinking, into this innovation, into these inventions or what I create? So you must keep that in mind. They, of course, are also great at moving that energy from their thinking into their hands, so into this practical thing. So it's not like, oh, they're just up in their heads. They usually do also create with this energy because Gemini is connected to the hand. So they're very, very good at not just thinking, but also tapping that energy into the hands, therefore creating it, bringing it out into the world. They like to think with freedom. They like to think in a way that is completely out of the box. And like I said, what they don't realize is that more often than not, they really are tapped into this future energy, this past energy, and they have this brilliant ability to bring that into the now. They love playing tricks on people. I know that I had mentioned that, but in their lower form, they can be a little bit manipulative or deceiving, and they get such a kick out of watching people go through these little mazes or mental thought-provoking kind of puzzles or pieces to a larger plot, because they already see the larger plot. They kind of have figured it all out, and they find it quite interesting. I don't know if interesting is the right word, the way that other people get caught up in these things and can't really see, like, how did that person get lost in that maze? They find it quite fascinating because they always know where the entrance and the exit is in all scenarios. So even it might look like when they go into a movie theater, whereas a normal person would sit down, enjoy their popcorn, this person is already thinking of, okay, I already know what's going to happen in the movie, and it's really hard to keep their attention. They might already know the complete layout of the movie theater, and they've never been there before, for example. They are just, the way that they think is so brilliant. They're so good at putting things together, figuring things out. And they do feel quite different because of this, because of how much more quickly they think than other people. Also, Mercury, like I've said before, in and of itself is not feminine or masculine. It brings in the quality of the sign that it's in. So with that being said, and of course, obviously aspects and house placement affect this as well. With that being said, even though Gemini is masculine, it really is both, it really brings in both the feminine and the masculine, in my opinion. I think the duality, the twins, it really, and also Gemini is not like the most masculine sign, let's say, anyways. So with that being said, it brings in both feminine and masculine perspectives, but the bonus here is that it's able to make those quick decisions versus getting caught up, like I said before, in the emotion of all of it. So, are you a brilliant individual with your Mercury in Gemini? Let me know. What are your thoughts about this? I'm interested. I love this placement. It's beautiful. These people are absolute geniuses, and they're completely hilarious. And I love how different and unique they are. Of course, always wanting to change the game. Whether it's day or night, you know, I love you, I love you, I love you. Please click here to subscribe to my channel. Please click here to watch my most recent video. And please click here to go to my website and book your one-on-one reading or hypnotherapy session with me. Thank you so much. Bye.